So Fujifilm makes some pretty awesome cameras, like the one that I'm filming on right now, the X-T4. And cameras like the X100V have just risen in popularity and nowhere seems to be able to keep them in stock. But in a world where cameras are getting better and better and new ones are being released all the time, why would an early X series Fujifilm camera that was released in 2013 be appreciating in value? So today we're talking about the Fuji X20, which has a very unique combination of features that I'm going to expand on and run through with you guys. And we're going to figure out why this little camera is going up in value. The Fuji X20 features a manual zoom, which for compact digital cameras is quite unique. You actually turn the camera on with the zoom and then you can go back and forth. It is so seamless and like intuitive to use. It's really quick and easy to get to a composition. There's no lag. It's just overall such a good user experience having this manual zoom, and it really just elevates the experience of using this camera. So for those of you who have been following my channel, I shot only digital for the month of September, which for me is a challenge because I predominantly shoot film. This Fuji X20 belongs to my partner. He bought it many years ago and it has been amongst our collection for a long time, and he's been pushing me to shoot it, and I kind of was like, oh, well, it's just some digital camera, like why would I use that? Since using the camera, I am just like, why did I not use this all those years ago when he told me to? It is the perfect camera for me, but it can also be shot like fully manual as well. So there's a lot of diversity here, and the results, which you guys will be seeing throughout the video, are literally stunning. And I'll talk more about that as we go on. Another thing about the manual zoom, I know a lot of photographers don't like zoom. I love having any kind of zoom on a camera, but I know that a lot of people don't like it because you'll lose image quality as you zoom in and the aperture will stop down. But with this X20, I think it stays at like 2 to 2.8 even when zoomed in. So you're not really losing much image quality there. So that's another huge plus. So photographers tend to be a nostalgic bunch, and these earlier X cameras like the X Pro and the early X100V have early X trans sensors. I had to read that to make sure because I am by no means an expert on Fujifilm cameras. Like I said, I don't shoot much digital. So comment below if you have more information on those sensors. But as I understand it, it's kind of akin to the way we like romanticize CCD sensors in like early digital cameras and the filmic kind of look that they produce, the way they render colors, all those kind of things seem to be something that we're gravitating towards the more digital cameras become like advanced and like kind of clinical looking. So that's another huge plus of this. And I think you can really see that in the photos. A lot of these, if you showed me, I would say, yeah, that was taken on film. And it's definitely made me want to turn to this camera to save money and also experiment a little bit with over film. So something else that a lot of photographers really want is an optical viewfinder, and you get this with the X20. It's like fairly accurate. It's not completely accurate, but I mean, it's really good. And it gives you like an automatic kind of like rangefinder feel to it. And just everything about this camera is just such a joy to use. It felt very instinctive. I am by no means like a camera nerd, and I actually have kind of a crippling fear of using digital cameras because like they have buttons and screens and I just worry I'm going to press something. And when I was using this, I literally forgot that, you know, I was using a digital camera, much like in my other video that I'll link below, shooting with the Canon G2. So I really want that in the experience, more so than like, you know, the results. So, but then the results look really kind of filmy as well. So it's like, you know, just double whammy. bimbo camera review. So the X20 also has a little built-in flash, which I love. I love the look of like on-camera flash. If you've been watching the channel, you'll know that. And we actually use this camera to do a lot of our thumbnail pictures. And I used to have a Depop shop like selling clothes, and my partner would use this camera regularly to photograph the clothes and give like a cool direct flash kind of look that you'd get from like an L35 AF or something like that. Another thing is the fact that this camera has proper dials and like wheels, as opposed to everything being like on a screen or just on a button. Gives it a little bit more of a sort of, you know, tactile feel, and like you're actually connecting with the camera. You're not just like using a menu screen, which I know a lot of film photographers like, and even people in the Fuji kind of community seem to be wanting that. If you watch Faisal's channel, I know that's something that he often refers to in sort of the user experience of a digital camera. So as I said, this camera belonged to my partner. So it's kind of cool because I've seen a lot of different styles been used with this camera. I am pretty kind of like one-dimensional in my photography. I have a few different styles within my style, but I'm definitely not the best person to be like showing off the full capabilities of any camera, believe me. But my partner's tried like long exposures on this, and I think they came out really cool. And to think that something that looks like that has come out of something that's 13 years old and is just like a compact digital camera is really
13 years old.
Impressive.
It's 2013.
Ah,
9 years old.
Oh, it's 9 years old. Okay.
I'll leave that in.
9 years old, not 13 years old. Maths, Lucy Lumen's maths adventures. So he used this on travel sort of shots. And when I was using this, I'm not sure if it's just because I see people using Fujifilm cameras to do street photography, and it was kind of just like built into my brain, but I really did want to try and get more people in my shots, or get kind of more like Faisal type, real Sir Robin vibes, you know? That's my street photography impression. Sorry, I need my notes. The only thing it doesn't have is an aperture ring, which would be really, really nice, but the manual zoom kind of makes up for that. So I'll let you off, Fujifilm. So with the X20, it does tend to underexpose rather than overexpose, which is actually a good thing with digital. You kind of want the opposite with film. So in terms of editing for these images in post, my partner and I just dialed up the exposure a little bit. And yeah, I mean, it's good that it's doing that because it's like protecting your highlights, because digital doesn't handle highlights as well as film does. So yeah, just a little bit of editing was done on these images, and to kind of like bring the colors up a little bit. But overall, they looked really good straight out of camera. So a couple of specs, it's 12 megapixels, which is going to be enough for like most applications, I think. And it's a Fujinon lens. The lens is beautiful. As you can see, like the photos look so good, especially in some of the ones my partner's taken, where he's like, you know, got bokeh and all that kind of stuff, and he's, you know, focusing on like one specific thing. It's super, super sharp. So yeah, really, really great lens. It's a Fujifilm camera, so it does have the built-in film sims. You can shoot it in RAW, but the sims look really great, especially the black and white ones. They look really cool. It is a like metal camera, which is really good. Like the build quality is good. It's still really, really light to carry around. Like honestly, it's so, so light. That's like something I'm always looking for. I pick up so many of my partner's cameras and I'm like, oh my God, that is so heavy. There is no way I would carry that around. So this is, yeah, very easy to, you know, take with you if you are a street photographer, or if you're going to go on like a long walk or something like that. So, and plus like it just looks so cool. Beep, you know, or like, boom, like. So you may have spotted behind me that the Walkins film beanie is covering something. What could it be? Well, I have finally parted ways with my Mamiya 645. Thank God. I did not vibe with that camera at all. There was nothing wrong with it. It just was not for me. And I have swapped it for two other cameras, and one of them probably maybe won't be something that I will vibe with, but I think that a lot of you will be very interested to see me use it, and I'm really excited to share it with you. So if you want a sneak peek of that, because it will be a while before it kind of hits the channel, you can sign up to my channel memberships. There's a little join button and you'll get access to a monthly live stream with me and Lux, the man behind the camera. And also we'll do like Q&As and kind of updates. I'll be posting on there like photos and stuff like that, and might even consider putting the videos up a little bit earlier as well, but I'll see how it grows. And yeah, join me on the Lucy Lumen club, in the club. So to put it into perspective for you, if you are gonna like jump on eBay and look up one of these like we all do after we've watched a camera review on YouTube, this camera was bought back when it came out by my partner for under 400 Australian dollars, like new, imported from Japan, which now seems like a real bargain. And you're lucky if you can find them go for like under $800 on eBay or even like Marketplace. So it's pretty much doubled in value over that time, which is insane. Like digital cameras don't appreciate in value. It'll be interesting to see what else appreciates, I guess, in value with the digital cameras, because digicams are going wild, but you know, also X100Vs, are they going to hold their value? Like, you know, what does the future hold for the secondhand market with Fujifilm? For all you film shooters watching, don't worry, my next video is going to be on a film camera, a point and shoot that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So make sure you are subscribed so you get notified, and give this video a thumbs up because it helps to spread it to more photography people. And I will see you in the live stream if you decide to join the Lucy Lumen Club.